Hi, this is Courtney McCoy.
And this is Mel Ring.
And we're bringing you the third round coverage on Super White from Lemon Lake Complex in Crown Point, Indiana for the U.S. Masters Tim Selinske. On this card, you'll see Lesli Todd, Courtney McCoy, and Mel Ring.
And a quick disclaimer, we've never done this before, so we want to just introduce ourselves as the Scramble Sisters in this round.
Going into this round, I have a one-shot lead over Lesli, who has a 5-shot lead over Mel. I'm throwing my champion Mamba.
Starting on hole 16 here. Par 3, that was a perfect setup for an easy 2.
Leslie's about 25 feet out downhill.
I'm throwing a T-Bird 3 here, 161 weight, and I'm a little bit short. Probably a little nerves there. I throw a magic putter, a little bit outside.
Lesli cans her putt for 2. Great putt there. Long straddle.
Oh, and I jinxed you by saying it was an easy 2.
I know. I thought for sure I was going to get a 2 there.
And I'm just playing with the big girls, trying to hold my own.
Not happy. This is a long tunnel shot. You want to land up to the right a little bit longer than where that disc landed. If you can see the trees there, you want to land past those trees and up the fairway about 30 feet to have any chance at getting a 3. This is a par 4, and it's a tough hole.
Really tough hole. I believe I threw my Roadrunner there. Didn't quite turn over the way I'd like for it to. This is my champion Valk right into the bush. So
but it popped out.
It did pop out.
I threw a star Mamba there, hoping that it would turn over a little bit more.
Leslie's just in the perfect position here. She really did set herself up nicely.
But that tree got in the way.
Yep. Michigan represent, trying to just get my upshot high enough, and then it did roll away, so.
That's a beautiful shot.
Yep.
It's about 25 out.
This was one of Courtney's best shots of the day, honestly.
That was a Firebird.
That was so terrific. It's parked under the basket. I think I'm about 20 out there, where it landed.
Oh, just a little short. Mel, you're such a great putter.
Oh, thank you. Struggled my first round a little bit with that, but started to get it back on Saturday.
I was happy to walk up to a drop-in 4 here after
awesome.
that second shot. That was so
awesome.
sketchy.
Yep.
So Lesli takes a 5 there. I take a 4. I've got the lead once again. Right into the tree. This is just a hyzer up on the hill so that it trickles down. The road's OB, the path behind the basket's not OB.
We make it look much more difficult than it is.
We had
a strong headwind.
And it's right to left as well,
yes.
So it's going to push down.
I threw a star Mamba there that just wasn't quite stable enough. It was a bad disc choice, honestly.
But you didn't quite get to the volleyball court there, did you?
No, I was
right
just
inside.
short of it,
Good.
which was OB.
So I threw that standstill as hard as I could, basically.
Yep. That's a Warden. It was a good shot.
Yeah, that was a really good shot.
Yep.
I feel like after our first bad shots there, I think we definitely validated.
Yeah, a little bit of nerves starting off. Good putt.
Thank you. But again, we should walk away with a 2 on this hole.
Yep.
It's not a difficult hole. And that was for Leslie's 4, circle 4. This hole is about 100 feet past the little pine tree. The road's OB behind it.
We talked about this walking up the fairway, Courtney and I did, and honestly, this is about my max range right now, just where I am in my game and stuff. So it was a full driver for me, and she was a little bit tweener shot for her. So that's,
It is.
She ended up long.
It's a little too long for a rock for me, and it's a little too short for an actual driver.
Lesli canned a bunch of those this weekend. I'm sure you'll see one later, or 2.
That felt so
That
good.
was a great putt.
I was like, yeah!
Yes, and
Because that was one of the first big putts that I had made for the weekend, so
Yep.
I felt like that was the beginning of a really good roll.
Yeah, a little spit out right there for me.
I putt with XT AVRs.
I putt with an old Magic, double stamp Magic. It's been my putter for, gosh, I'd say 10 years now.
Since my last old blue broke
Yeah.
in a tournament a few years ago, and then Innova started making the XT putters, they're definitely my go-to. I put a lighter weight so that they're less stable, so they fly flat.
Awesome.
And I love the grip of them because they're the same feel, no matter what weather. This hole is long. It's definitely a 2-shot hole. You want to get to that ridge to have a valid shot up for 3.
I threw low here, yeah.
And I'm throwing my turn. I'm throwing my champion turn on almost all of these holes.
Yep. This was nice.
I think Leslie's throwing strikes.
Yeah, I think that's what she's thrown as well. It was very, very muddy this weekend. You'll see a lot of standing water. That was a good shot for me. I believe that was my Star Wraith.
That was like a beautiful shot. That
153.
went a lot longer than it looks like in the video.
Yeah. And this was super. Super.
I was happy with that. And these are drives. These are like, it's almost a full drive to the upshot, even though it's only like 535 feet, I think. It's definitely a 2 drive hole for us ladies.
Unbelievable putt here.
Yeah, Leslie's on fire with her jump putts.
That was terrific.
It's just so fun to watch her putt. She has always been my idol. Bonk. I think throughout this round I learned to laugh at myself for missing the putts that I know I should make. That I'm making 80 to 90% most of the time. And
we all have rounds like that.
we all do. If you take yourself too seriously, it's no good.
Right. So you'll see in this round with this white course that it's really all about placement. And this is a perfect example of that. You want to be far left of that. She just
So Leslie's decided to go down the right fairway, which is actually another fairway for another hole. And what you really want to do is you want to land, the perfect shot is about 15 feet to the right.
Oh wait, here's a perfect shot.
Here's a perfect shot. You want to hit the camera.
One of my few. Don't worry, I'll mess that up.
That was the perfect shot. There was no chance of anything good happening from where I was.
Now, what I will say is that
I
played,
got lucky.
Yes, that was a good, I did play this course blind, and that was, this
Me
hole
too.
is going to be a good example of, on this next shot, you really want to be right. Left is really jail over there.
The rough on this course is some of the roughest rough. I mean, if you're a foot in the rough, you have nothing.
Yeah. In Texas, we call this shul.
We call it shul in Georgia, too. And I'm so glad I brought Band-Aids. Because there's so many briars.
You have some more wounds this weekend.
I know.
Yep, just didn't turn that over.
Leslie's found so much trouble on that other side. It's so tough to get through there. Like, it looks completely open.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get in there. I played that way during practice.
Oh, good run.
And it's so impossible to get through that right side.
Yep.
That was a great par save. I was super happy about that.
Amazing.
But I got really lucky on where my second shot landed. Over there on the left, I was in that little tiny opening.
Yeah, you had a little tunnel, Yeah. I had to pitch out from where I was, so this is actually for...
that was for 5.
For 4.
That was for 4?
Yeah, that was for 4, so...
So Leslie took a 6.
Mm-hmm.
She just found so much trouble over there. It's unfortunate.
Yep. And even after that perfect drive, I had some trouble because I landed on the left.
What am I throwing? I'm throwing a destroyer here. Just a little bit to the right of that tree, and that would have been perfect. This basket's way back in the left into the trees. It's a pretty difficult approach.
That was a good pull for Leslie. She set up. I had a good shot as well. Good
You had the best shot. Yeah, I thought I was happy with those shots.
Mm-hmm. I got really fortunate there to make it through those 2 trees.
Oh, you split those trees, didn't you? I remember that. That was funny.
Yep.
Oh, look, another left miss straddle putt. And now I owe Leslie a beer. I'm gonna come kidnap you tonight.
A little extracurricular conversation there. Having a good time.
One of these days I'm gonna...
Leslie's my girl.
I look like Payne Stewart this weekend. Got all the teams represented.
This is a really long shot. This is a 2.5 shot hole for us. You have to get over that ridge, and you want to land out in that field at least 100 feet past the ridge to have any justification to get a 3.
This is one where playing blind was a little rough for me.
And that gap doesn't look that far in the video, but it's a good 220 feet
I'd say
off the tee pad, and it's a lot skinnier than it looks. So.
That's my champion valve, just my go-to disc when I'm not sure what to do. It always feels good.
This is a turn, champion turn. Just a little hyzer flip out there.
Great shot.
Thank you. I'm going to say that was a strike because Leslie can throw that strike so far.
Mm-hmm. And here I've got a buzz. And that was a really nice shot for me.
It was perfectly placed.
Thanks.
Into the bush. And all I'm thinking is, it's just like the shot in your backyard.
Right.
It's just like the shot in your backyard. You're just playing with the boys.
I do that often too.
Nope.
Just a bit outside.
Just a bit long. But I'm terrible at playing safe. So I'm gonna go for everything.
I hear you.
That was a good save.
It was a very good save.
That was a long putt.
I don't miss high very often, but this round for some reason I did hit the top a couple times. That was a bummer. Oh.
And Lesli doesn't miss that putt, but maybe 1 out of every 20 times. She's such a phenomenal putter from that distance.
Yeah.
So I know she was frustrated there. I don't like to see her miss putts. I don't like to see anybody miss putts.
Yeah. It's always good to be rooting for your competition.
This hole's tough. This is 2 holes put together. That's why they call it super white. So for us to get over these bushes, you can see that cedar tree right there. You have to get over that cedar tree to have any valid way of getting par. And that's at least 300 feet away. It's a tough hole.
Oh, there.
So, and I got really lucky.
Out,
I got really lucky on that.
And I misspoke on the last hole. This is the one I was thinking. Playing this one blind was tough. So I thought I came out in the perfect spot. Maybe I did. It really was just...
And Lesli's second shot there was... I mean, you couldn't have walked up and placed it any more perfectly for where you wanted to be. This island that you can see out here on the flags, this is all OB.
Thanks for talking through all of that, by the way.
Right? Yeah.
Terry told me exactly what to do there, and I still just put it right in the OB, which was also a bummer.
That's the champion turn.
That was a great shot.
That was everything I had in my soul.
Shot. Yes. It was amazing.
It's so far across there. It's such a risky shot. If you know, it's almost the reward is not worth the risk on this, unless you're sure.
Yep.
Because it's a par 4. It's a true 4. It's a good hole.
Sure.
Birdie.
Yep. Great birdie.
Boom.
I'd say that was a signature hole for the day for you.
And Kevin was standing there watching me, and that was one of my good holes when he was watching me.
Yeah.
And that's for par. That's a phenomenal par. She hit early off the tee pad. And that was the front 9. We'll see you on the back 9.